name's Ignacio, and I used to live on Park Avenue on the other end, but now I'm on Alexander at South Clinton. So I'm glad that this church is still pretty easy for me to get to. Well, I have a couple of distinct examples of when I feel the presence of God in the Immanuel services. Like one is especially at the ecumenical mass on Tuesdays and communion service Sundays, when we gather up front in a circle and we give thanks for something God has done for us recently or just in general, and then lift up a prayer concern in our hearts. I find at that time that there's a tremendous stillness and a sense of unity, singleness of purpose. It's peaceful. It feels safe, to express that with that crowd, and that came after a few services, but it came pretty quick for me here. I felt pretty safe in that circle, after 3 or 4 services, I'd say. And then another special time for me at Immanuel is the part in the service where we give the peace of God to each other. And it seems to me that few minutes is almost like an introduction to heaven, like a little slice to heaven, just for a few minutes. We're just laying aside all differences and just embracing each other just because we're human beings and we're all God's creation, and we're all acknowledging each other's presence, cheerfully, with no ulterior motives. So for me, that's another very distinct time when I sense God's presence in a service. And I would say thirdly, but not lastly, but I'm going to stick with those 3 examples that are clear in my mind, or easily explained, I'd say. The third one is during the instrumental interludes in the service, when the pianist or the organist is just doing a long solo or whatever, or just instrumental. It seems during those moments that I can sense God drawing near me or bubbling up in me, if you will, and I use that time to take stock of the week, and see where I've been yielding to God and perhaps where I could be a little bit more yielding, and a little bit more trusting, like that. So for me, those are 3 distinct experiences of God's presence for me here at Immanuel.